Evening all, and welcome back to Factory Town Grand Station. Now, this is a quick time lapse here just to show that I am going to make some bandages and sell them. At least that's the idea. So we can get some blue coins and get some more of our research going. I'm going to tap into the farm that's got the cotton all the way over the other side of the map and just bring that over. And then hopefully we can get all our wonderful research done. And unlock some new goodies. And some time later, with a small adjustment to our system here, I'm trying to make some more paper because we're very close to deep mining, which would be quite nice to have, even though we can't really use it. Also need to turn off the ore prospecting there, but yeah, we just got some more going there. The biggest issue I've actually had is that I run out of trees. If I had one forest going, we'd actually use up all the trees and then they disappear. But we are here. We are done. We've got 209 coins, not including what we've sold. I'm going to turn this off so that can rebuild up with some pieces. And oh, there we go. Awesome. So we have that going now. I have also noticed I managed to break my camera controls. I think I went in and reset the controls because some things have changed in here, and then went back in and changed my pipette tool to be C. That's Q by default, but I have it as C just to copy. And it's Control and C is copy everything else, and I'm trying to look where camera look mode, that's the one. So I press caps lock, done, back, resume, and now I can hold caps lock and move that around, which is awesome because that means you can also be deleting stuff and hold caps lock to do it. So otherwise you've got to hold right click, which doesn't work when you're doing stuff. So anyway, I'm tempted to upgrade the base, but now we're not making any blue coins. I might just save those for our logistics. I may also update these to be workers, to be wagons, sorry, because I feel as if we're producing enough paper but not transferring it fast enough. That's just going to be one paper at a time, isn't it? Yeah, figures. So people are just too slow and wagons are way too quick. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I know what I'll do here. We'll move that back and we'll put the people right there so they don't have to move at all. Awesome. I did have a question from, let me just find the name here so I'll make sure I get it right. Lost King. Lost King's commented on quite a few of my videos there. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, YouTube seems to be doing weird things and I cannot see your comments. I can see them in the notifications so I can read them, but I can't actually click on them to reply to them. They just don't exist, so I don't know quite what's happened with YouTube there. For instance, on episode 4, there are no comments on that episode whatsoever, but it clearly says you have commented twice on episode 4, so I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, you've asked why when I was taking wells, doing this, taking the water to the wells. The answer is that farms don't really require that much water, so a person's good enough for it. And also now wells have been changed to be 2 seconds. It's not worth putting a wagon in there to transfer the 4 go. It might be when it first starts, just to give it the extra bit of oomph, but a worker on his own just does enough. Is absolutely fine for it. Another thing as well, and I'm not sure whether this is actually a thing, wells now auto output, but they can't auto output onto belts. Okay, so Right, they can't auto output onto chutes, but they can onto belts. If you have cloth conveyor belts, wells will now auto output their goods onto them, which is good, which is awesome. Right, so we're down. Yeah, we're not going. I don't think we're going to get this research done, but that's not really important. Oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Because we have steam locomotives that unlocked whilst it was sitting there playing. And I'd like to play with these. I think we also have the train stop, is that correct? Train station, there it is. So I can show you exactly what I wanted to do with these things here. So I want to put them that way around. So, well, I'm going to put the train station there. I like that little model, that's quite cool. Now, a train stop, as I said, is very different to a rail loader. The train stop will actually stop a train, unload it, and then the train will carry on. A rail loader just unloads a minecart. Doesn't work with locomotives. They ignore it. So let's put down a locomotive. There. Doesn't matter what side they drive on really, because I'm going to have things on both. No, everything's going to be on the top side, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So what I need to do is figure out whether logic works with these. Unfortunately, I need advanced logic for that. I need this. I need inventory sensors and agent triggers and stuff like that. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. If I put a pusher in there and say you are to only push, that's a signal, sorry. How did it? It was a blocker, wasn't it? It wasn't that, it was a blocker. I bet I don't have blockers unlocked. I bet they're, no, we do have blockers unlocked. So if I do that and I say you are going to be linked to packaged goods, that was the trick we were using, and I tell you to go, you'll get pushed around there. Yeah, that's fine. Now, a locomotive will travel on its own for a really long way. Even without fuel, it'll travel for a very, very long way. So you don't particularly have to worry too much about it. When you put carts on the back, however, which we can just about afford here, let's pause that. It'll start slowing down, and eventually will crawl to pretty much a stop without any fuel. So we need to put fuel in this. That's one of the that's the big thing to start with. Yeah. Okay. So how do we go about doing that? We need fuel and water. Well, that's easy enough done. Water can be done with a well. Let's just put that right smack bang on the rail stop there. Oh, can it be placed on terrain? Ah! Oh, okay, so we have a small issue there. I put that there. I think a rail stop can still put out of it at that height. I'm not sure. A rail loader. This is definitely temporary. That will not be staying like that at all. So, the silo, and then what we want to do is we want to put in a ramp like that, I suppose, and we get another harvester drill for the moment. Again, this is just to prove the concept. Oh, keep dragging things around there by mistake. There we go. But you should get coal from this, and that these shouldn't interact with the minecarts in the back of the loader. You can push the button again to speed it up. There we go. See, now it's got water and fuel. Okay, so that goes, and they won't pick up anything from these loaders. Locomotives will only pick up from a train stop. So this is testing purposes. So if I put that there, and I say let's grab a worker and say you put rail ties into there for the moment. This is a quick sort of test thing. And what just happened is you'll stop, you'll pick up that, you'll get going again, then you'll stop, you'll drop it off, and then you'll get going again. Awesome. So now I'm going to remove the rail stop. So you stop and pick up. Okay. So what I'm expecting to happen here is now that this will go, hey, you've actually got some goods on you. And because you've got some goods on you, you should carry on. You don't. That is a little annoying. Because I don't really want the locomotive going all the way down to the end and coming back again. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the 4 different versions here. So let's do that and then do that. I think that's valid. I don't know. You loaded. You will then unload or remove that. There we go. Okay, so stop. Stop. Right. So it's a little difficult to tell the train stops from the rail loaders. Okay, so you can stop doing that now. We don't want them in there. What we want in there instead is we want wood, coal, stone, not coal, 2 woods, 2 stones. So we can filter these. Up the top right corner you have the filters. So we can go up here, we can go, well, you want to be wood, planks, stone, and stone brick. Okay. I'm just going to have it go around the corner for a minute. We're going to do it quite short. So you'll now pick up... Oh, I need to stop you. Stop. You'll now pick up the rail track. So that's got rail tiles in it. And then you will stop there, but you won't actually drop off anything because you can't. Oh, and then you ignore it. Awesome. So if we then go down here and find out where rail ties are going to be, well, rail ties are here. So we'll grab this one and put that down there. And you are going to be conveyor belts, and rail tiles, like that. Okay, so the train will carry on, and it should stop here and go, hey, I've got rail tiles, so I've dropped off my rail tiles into there. And then we have another one here like this. And then all we do is we swap this to being a load. And we get a minecart and we put it on there. We tell it to go. And now that minecart... Oh, oops. Right, so that's a train stop. We don't want a train stop. We want a rail loader. There we go. You now picked up nothing, so you're carrying on. It's a shame I can't... I've got to have the trains go all the way along every line. That's a little... There you go. You've picked up the what am I saying here? You've picked up the rail tiles. And you have transferred them into there. Awesome. Now I can't do any of the logic yet because we don't have any of the logic. Which is a little annoying. You should really be facing the opposite way. Shouldn't you? Yeah, you should pick up and then go over everything. Like what this one's doing here. So I'll get a rail loader and I'll put it there. Okay. And what we also want to do is we want to put in... Oh, we don't have enough iron apparently. Really? Really? Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're not producing enough iron, so... And what I want to do is I want to filter this one with being whatever we want it to be. So if we want it to be rail tiles, we'll filter it to rail tiles. Now we can obviously give the locomotive a signal tag. So we can say, hey, if you're I suppose we could just number, can we go 1, 2, 3, 4 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Is that right? 27 times 4? I think that's right. Again, I've got rid of water. I don't think water's in here. No, I've taken out water. And the depleted stuff. So we've got everything else that will be transferred. Water will be done wherever it needs to be done via a well. We'll just leave that as is. I also like that how I highlight them whilst pressing F there, actually bring the names up the barn. Yeah, water will be wherever it is. Magma I think we will have a source of, and then we'll pick it up and move it along. That's going to be kind of the idea there. And yeah, so you're going to go around and do things. So I'd filter all of those to be the 4 different types of what it is, and I'd name it. So this would be tagged with number 4. Let's call this 04. And what that means is that if you're tagged, well then what I could do is here, because that will go straight across. We could then do that. All I need to do is I need to manually put in these things like that. There we go. Yeah, and then we can put in a pusher, and I would use a pusher rather than a sorter, so that, you know, if there is a train there as it goes by, it won't just stop. It'll, because I could foresee the whole system breaking up, so if it misses its go, it'll carry on. And then I can make this signal 01, 02, 03, 04. And then normally the train would go straight along. But you ignore that. You ignore that. You stop there because you can output into those, and then you get pushed down. So that's what we'll do. And then that way the train, the locomotives for this one here, this line here, doesn't have to go all the way to the end, turn around, come all the way back again. It can just turn around into the here. You can also tag the train stops themselves. So trains only stop and pick up things at their designated tag. I think that might be the way we do things. So what we're going to basically have here is all of our construction bits are essentially going to be in this gap here. They might be a bit larger, they might go over to this side as well and do things down here. But the idea being is that this train station will actually be on the other side of the track. And then we'll have another track up here, going backwards and forwards. And we'll have this train track here. These are the pickups. Down to here with logic. So let me see if we can put in a train. We can't. They're 50 iron bars each. Wow. I need you to pick up, please. Really shouldn't be putting more people in things, but Okay, so you now need more blue coins. So I definitely need to work on blue coins. But I think right now we kind of need a bit more. I also need to find out what's required. Is having one silo and that here going to be enough? Will we need multiple ones? I think I'll have a silo full of water as well. We won't just have the 10 water. We'd have a silo. We'd have maybe a cart. Can I put a cart? I can't put. Oh, I need more population. Ah, I can upgrade some of these buildings. We've got the stone. Let's upgrade them. Let's go. We're going to level 3. There we go. Pressing U there to upgrade. U being the shortcut to upgrade a building. Bear in mind, however, if you use it on workshops, it seems to take the bottom one and work its way up. Right now I've only got steam boosters, but if you have multiple boosters, it seems to take the bottom booster, so it'll take the steam booster and then the one above it and the one above it, so it might not do the one you expect. So pushing you on ones with multiple upgrades can be a bit unexpected. Okay, so put that in there. There we go. So we've got our 4 carts, and this is 04. So you want to be filtered now. I can probably just filter the cart now, rather than filtering the inventory separately. Oh, yeah. So let's filter the cart. So this is going to be the 3 different types of cloth. And then that there, and I want to do that so that it only picks up 20 at a time and leaves space for the others. I love that smoke, even though it might be a little bit excessive when we have so many trains going around. And then you fill up just the last cart, which is awesome. So that's what we want. So this is what we're going to do. Oh, I need to actually grab ourselves a wagon and then say, "Hey, wagon, would you do that, please?" Thank you. Yeah, I'd have to just figure out how to get coal into that. Although I suppose we could just put a little tree one and just use wood. That would work just as well. Surprised there's no charcoal in this game. Yeah, so that's going around, that's delivering that there. So what I want to do is I want to have another one of these. But I can't do that yet because we need way more boosters. We do have the steam system set up, but I haven't actually built that yet. And we aren't making any steam pipes anywhere. I was sort of working with this here, but that's the theory. And then the idea going to be up this end would be we'd have a train station here, and we'd have a track that runs all the way along again up to there, comes back down again, and that picks up the goods and drops it off that way. So anything that requests goods will have that, and we'll have locomotives, and the locomotives will be permanently going around all the time, and they just obviously will only drop off goods as and when required. They'll just keep the train stations topped up. We'll have train stations here, and then train stations here, and then the idea being that in between, and also leaking out onto this side as well, so we'll go over the rail over there, we'll have more. This is where all our construction would be, but it'll all be based on the resources, as I think I've explained this before, but just to say again, we will have a place where we'll have many forges. The forges will sit in between here and here. So, oh, that was not a copy of that. What happened there? Yeah, so that's where the rail will be roughly. It's not exact, but we'll have a train station here, and then between this train station and this one, which will be on that side, we'll have this here, and that train station will just request whatever is needed for the forges. So it'll request fuel and iron ore. I think I will set the fuel to be coal to start with, and then when we get magma later on, we'll upgrade it to magma. So that's the idea. Some things will not be exactly in order, so I won't put the wood first and this first, simply because stone, for instance, I have to kind of mine from here because it doesn't spawn anywhere else on the map. It only spawns in the starting zone, so we've got this stone here, that there, that there, and that there. We can put stone down later on, but I would need some stone to do it, so yep. I think everything else does spawn, so we will get coal, we'll get iron, stuff like that, but I kind of want to use the resources that are here. So that's what we'll do, and then as we go further along, we'll put some trees in. We can also go up further. I want to leave it too wide, however. It's currently two chunks wide, you see? And we're just going to go that way. All the way that way. We're never going to go wider than 2 chunks. Down here, I don't know what we're going to put down here. I think the town's going to live down here. It's going to be quite a... I'm going to make it... they're not going to be packed up like this. They're going to be a bit more spread out, I think. Because the town will just be purely for making money. I'm not worried about happiness. That's nice, but I'm not fussed about that at all. It's just purely for making money. So we'll have that, and then we'll have some way of delivering down to here. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. We only want really 4 things, like sandwich and stuff like that. So what we might do is find out where they get dropped off. Yeah, I think... Let's see here. So where would sandwiches be dropped off? Sandwiches will be dropped off. That's bread. Bread will be the starting one. There's sandwiches. So sandwiches will be dropped off in a train station here. So what we'll do is we'll just tap straight into that train station and bring it down. So as it drops off, before the minecarts get to go and store it, we'll just bring it down to sell it in the town. That's the only exception. Other than that, everything else is going to be produced as it goes over there. Yeah, and I might even turn this rail down here and along this way, so we've got much more space in the centre to do things. I'm not sure. I kind of made it 4 this way because of these train stations only have 4 things. I could have done it 2-sided, but then I'd have to pick up from 2 different sides, which wouldn't be so bad if I'm working in the middle and it just, you've got some goods this side, some goods that side. We just have to pipe them into where they need to go. It's just so much easier doing it on one side. I don't believe there's any recipes that require more than 3, maybe 4 things at the most. Obviously ignoring money, because money's just magically transported around. Let's go to a kitchen. Yeah, that's got 1, 2, 3. Water will be supplied there. We won't be delivering water. Even though now I kind of could, because the rail system wouldn't be so bad for that. But if I add water back in now, it's going to be a lot of editing. So that's got 3 goods. Yeah, that's got 4 goods there. See, this has got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's got 5 goods. So for apple pie and cake, we may have to make an exception. But I think everything else is okay. The Omni Temple is one that's going to be interesting. I'd like to try and... I'm jumping right ahead now. The Omni Temple is end of game, so sorry if you don't know what it is. It's one of the very end game things to do with the research later on, but it requests items, but it requests a weird set of items. So if I filter this one here and go down, yeah, Omni Temple offerings, here, and it's all of those. So there's 28 different items. So we might have, right on the end somewhere, a train station or multiple train stations that just have all those goods in them, and all of those goods will somehow pipe into the Omni Temple. So whenever it requests something, it will just be able to get it. That would be nice to automate. I don't know how I'm going to do that, especially considering there's 28 items there. The Omni Temple is a 5x5, which means it's got 5, 10, 15. Got 20 inputs on it, and they're 28 items. I suppose you could double it, so that's technically 40. So, yeah, yeah, it's doable. It's doable. Sorry, I'm jumping well ahead of the gun there. But this is the setup. This is the setup we're going to do. We're going to get more iron. I'm going to need. I might leave this running for a bit and just try and get more iron, because we are struggling for iron right now. And then next episode we should actually start moving some of this stuff and getting it all going and doing its bits and pieces. Right now I'm dropping this off, and we need some logic as well, because now this is full. So what I needed to really do was say, hey, we don't want to bring any more rails. But then I don't know how to do that, because now we have the trains. So I think what else we're going to have to do is put in 4 minecarts for the drop-offs and filter them. So you're going to go back there. Go, go, go. You're going to be filtered to the metal conveyor. You're going to be filtered to the cloth conveyor. You're going to be filtered to the magic conveyor, and you are filtered to the rail. So we've got 4 goods, so they're always picking up and dropping off. We will have logic. I'm not so sure about the drop off, because if we're going to have instead of having one locomotive go around picking up goods wherever it goes and then dropping off, we're going to have a locomotive for each one of these. So there's going to be a lot of trains on our system. But that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind there being multiple trains, because that would be quite cool to look at. And then we're going to have multiple minecarts here moving stuff around. I could have done this with belts, but there was no pretty way for me to make it, because this has only got 3 outputs rather than it's a 3-sided building. Sorry, it's got 3 tiles, and a barn's 3x3. There's no way for me to come out into that one, to that one, to that one. We then have to have one coming out this side, and it would just look weird. So I could have stacked them, I suppose. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, and the rail loaders as well. You cannot filter them. You can't filter the loaders. You can't say, hey, just put in whatever there. So there's no way I could have a rail loader filtered to just be rail tiles and then turn it off. And don't do that. You just got to turn off the rail tile as it is. So yeah. But I think that's what we're going to have. We're going to have train stations up the top with all the goods in, and we might have multiple locomotives up there just delivering all the goods. Yeah, we might not even need any logic for this at all, now I think about it. I thought it was going to be very logic heavy, but we might not need any, because of the new locomotives. They can literally just do this. They can drive around in circles all day, picking up and dropping off goods. So up here we drop off, you know, we'd have whatever's required for whatever's in this segment, and it can just drop it off. And then if it's left in the carts, it doesn't matter. The only thing about this is that the locomotives going along, picking up and come back again, they're going to have to travel the entire length and come back again. Simply because I can't tell it to, hey, you picked up enough goods, go back again. Because I don't know how to interact with it using logic to say, hey, if you're full, move. Don't know how that's going to work. Unless we have a train for each one, which means some trains might only have one. That would be really inefficient. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll have a look, see, and I'll try and figure it out. And yeah, okay. So there we go. We have our trains doing our thing. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again next time. And until then, as always, have fun.